What happens when a group of lifelong besties trades middle school crushes for midlife hot flashes? You get a lot of laughs, a little bit of venting, and a whole lot of heart. We've survived cross-country moves, career shifts, and changing gene sizes together. Now we're tackling the invisible years, from the frustration of medical mysteries to the joy of deep-rooted sisterhood. We're here to brainstorm, de-stress, and remind you that you aren't going through this alone. Because at the end of the day, we're more than just a support group. We are friends, period.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the conversation. Pull up a chair and join us. We're friends, period, where nothing is off limits and everything is real. We're lifelong friends navigating this stage of life together, and we're so glad that you're here with us. Before we dive in, just a quick reminder, we're sharing our personal journeys, not professional advice. We are not doctors or experts, and we aren't sponsored yet by the products that we talk about. Please use your own judgment and always check with your doctor before trying new supplements or health routines. So good to see all of your lovely faces. I am Megan.
And I am Tara.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Colleen.
And I'm Erin. I'm so excited that we're all here tonight. I feel like it's been a few weeks since
it has.
We've all been able to be here. So
getting the band back together.
Yeah. So hey, I have a follow-up to the last episode.
Yay.
Okay.
So we've been doing this a little while now. So our little community has started to grow and we're reaching people in different places. And so I was thinking about last episode, and we were talking about that little paper device that we would use to predict our futures as kids, and we couldn't remember what we called it and had some ideas. So I was like, I'm gonna put that question out to our community and see, who wants to chime in, who remembers it, and where they live and what they, called it. So I got answers from all over the place, including some from Europe. So all over the US and abroad. And I thought I would share what people were saying just a little bit.
Amazing.
So overall, people seem to agree that they were indeed called cootie catchers.
Okay.
That was like the most, but also there were a lot of people saying they called them fortune tellers, which makes sense. Okay. A lot of people said they called them chatterboxes, which I feel like that kind of rang a little bell for me. Yeah.
Fortune teller just rang a bell for me.
Yeah. And then some people just called them MASH, which I feel like
that's what I remembered.
Yeah, because that was
an option.
I thought. Yeah. Right. And then one person said that they actually called it a nom nom, which I thought was cute.
I'm so curious, did the person from Europe or people from Europe have something very different?
No, I think that one was cootie catcher too.
Okay, that's awesome. Because I asked, and I may have told you this already, and I'll let you get back to your story as well, but I asked my students. So for those of you that don't know, I teach 7th grade. So I have a great group of kids, and I asked them, and one person said cootie catcher, and I was like, I bet I know how old your parents are. And then I had several other kids just call them fortune tellers. But then they also made me a bunch. So I'll save that.
That is so cool.
I love it.
Well, there were definitely people who said that, like, I don't think we called it anything. They remembered playing with it, but didn't remember what they called it. So, and I felt like, I'm like, oh, me too. That's totally my camp that I was in. People did confirm that kids today are still making them. So not just your students, Lisa. There were some people who said that their grandkids make them. So I thought that was cool. And then people were saying too that they remember being a kid, in the 80s and the 90s, and their grandparents talking to them about having played with them when they were little. So these things have been around a long, long time. And what I thought was cool was that it just really sparked some nostalgia for people. I think it was one of those things people really haven't thought about in years. And then it was just like, oh yeah. And then little side conversations were going on. And it was pretty cool.
I definitely would not have remembered them, but now that you guys are showing me and bringing it back, I certainly do. And as a side, Lisa, I'm really glad your students made you some instead of telling you that there's now an app for that, because that really would have killed me. So really glad to hear
Yeah.
that there's not like a cootie catcher app. So fantastic.
Although to be fair, I think a couple of years ago, I found out that the game MASH, which we talked about last week as well, I do think that there's a app for that.
Oh, stop. I don't want to talk about that.
No way.
It exists and it's called the same thing. But this is so like,
I'd rather think about kids playing with paper. Yes.
for those of
Yeah.
you not watching, I have probably 15 of these in my presence now. I brought them all home. What I
So
did
did
was I
they
told
just,
them
they knew how to make them, or did you have to show
Yeah.
them? So they're
No,
still
I
doing
said,
this.
I said, I feel like you guys would know. There was this thing when I was a kid that we used to make, and I made the motion with my hand,
Uh-huh.
and it was over. Like they were like, "Oh my god!" and started talking, and then I had to leave to go to a meeting. So they were in my classroom with another like co-teacher, and I said, I would love it if you guys could make some because then I can send them to my friends and just remind them of our childhood. And they were like, "We got you." And I came back in and there was like a pile on my desk. Some of them are blank, some of them are filled. They also left me directions on the game MASH, and they like set it up for me and then wrote out the directions of how to actually play. So
Oh, that's awesome.
like be
I'm
fun.
definitely fangirling a little bit right now too, because Lisa, you're obviously the cool teacher, so I'm so glad to know you.
Try. I have pretty cool kids, so it doesn't take a lot of work to be cool in their eyes.
That's right.
But I made one. So someone made me a blank one, and I thought we could play. Are you guys willing?
Oh my God. Yes.
So maybe we go in the same order, and we'll skip me. So we'll start with Megan. I'll tell you the colors because we all know that, like, truthfully, nobody can see what's written on here because I can barely see it and I'm holding it. But I thought it might be fun to help us with this whole midlife to revisit our childhood. So we'll start with Megan and then Tara and then Colleen and then Erin. So Erin will be the fortune. She'll get the fortune for all of us because we'll all do it together.
Oh,
So
pressure.
we don't necessarily ask it a question. It's just going to tell us a fortune.
Correct. And it's
Got
going to
it.
be based on some choices that we make.
Got it.
So
Okay.
the first choice, which is yours, Megan, is out of these four colors. Choose either red, blue, purple, or green.
Purple.
Of course, choose the long one. So I have to spell it. PRPLE. So now, Tara, you have to choose between 2, 3, 8, or 9.
9.
Of course. Why are we choosing the long one?
We want Lisa to work. Work for it,
Taking
Lisa.
your work.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Lisa,
And
is that like muscle memory? Are your hands like, I remember this?
Yes. And actually narrating it is making it harder because I'm like nervous. My face just got red, like I'm having a hot flash. It's awesome. Colleen, you choose a number, either 4, 5, 6, or 7.
I'm gonna go easy on you and say 4.
Yay, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, Erin, you have a choice of numbers as well. And actually, you have the same numbers, 4, 5, 6, or 7. I don't have to spell
5.
it. So it can be any one. All right. So
Okay.
then I open it. Yay for you. I wish I had gotten it. It's for all of us. You will sleep through the night.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
Yay. That's our fortune.
We should have
That
finished
is
with
awesome.
that, Lisa.
Maybe
Oh
we'll
my
make a
God.
quick video at the end where it's like choose your own adventure. So like you can choose it on our social
The
I
media.
middle
love
age
it.
version. You will sleep through the night, ... with or without your magnesium.
Yes. That's what I was thinking. There wasn't that much space to write.
Well, now I'm
love it.
curious what the other what else we could have gotten. Were they
We'll
all?
have to wait for next time, Erin.
Yeah, right?
Oh, are we gonna we do this every time? Yes. Okay. All right. We'll do it.
Do you want to do it one more time?
The Friends period coochie catcher. With one per episode.
To be
Coochie catcher, I said it. All right, you
It
gotta
was
go
kind of,
back.
it's bound to happen.
That's why I can't stand the name of it. It has to be
Please
more.
don't edit that out. Please leave that in. That needs to stay.
Oh, we're leaving that in.
Teller.
It should not be a cootie catcher because too many.
I love that you said that.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this is like one of the shows to catch a coochie.
I'm laughing so hard the vein is like popping out of my forehead.
Oh gosh, I'm just gonna sit here and drink my water and mind my own business.
Oh, let's go with all
I
the
love
short
it.
answers. So the shortest one would be red, RED, and then 2, 1, 2, and then still 2. Ooh, brain fog will be no more.
Love it.
Amazing. Be a great day.
It
So,
would. No brain fog all day and you sleep through the night?
right? That sounds like a great day.
Well, because we slept through the night, we don't have brain fog because we're actually well rested.
That's
So
right.
it all
Yes.
ties in together one way or the
That's
other,
right.
right?
That's
And we
true.
wipe away the tears from
Yeah.
So, Erin, did you notice any
cooties.
interesting in all of the comments and conversation that was going on surrounding your questions?
Yeah, well, I also, again, thinking of just in general what we always talk about, but last episode, and I was really curious to ask people what has been, in this stage of life, going through it, whether somebody's fully in menopause or in perimenopause or just dealing with, every other thing that's happening to us in midlife. Like, what has been the thing that they found to be the most challenging? And conversely, what has been something that you've found to be surprisingly good that you weren't expecting? That is a good, result of sort of going through this journey. And that was all really interesting too. I would say this was really encouraging because most people, when answering the second part of that question, what have you found to be surprisingly good? They were really focusing on having found this new sense of empowerment and, learning to be more intentional and, not feeling like they always have to apologize for everything, but like apologize for taking up space, apologize for, you know, what somebody perceives they maybe did wrong, just sort of having that ability to protect their energy a little bit better and not feel like they always have to be explaining or apologizing. Um, Realizing that it's midlife, yes, but looking at it like glass half full and realizing that now it's time to live your life for you. You're not just raising kids, you're not trying to build up your career. I know we've all talked about this before, but a lot of people were saying like, yeah, it's like the 50s, once you hit your 50s, it's really freeing because you realize like, oh, I can actually really, have some self-care, take care of myself. And people were saying too, just this, they found this new ability to look at life with a lot more clarity than they ever had. So I think that's something we can look forward to as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's all like hand in hand, right? You get to know yourself better and focus on yourself. And I think you end up being able to do that, look at everything, much more clear eyed.
Mhm.
So that was the good stuff.
I like it.
As far as challenges, yeah. And I'll tell you the challenges and then maybe we can just have like general conversation.
I would love to go around for ourselves. I don't know that we've
And
ever
answer
just kind of
yeah.
answer these questions like ourselves too.
Yeah. So as far as challenges, one person said, basically it was like the challenge of experiencing all these symptoms before understanding that it was all connected to perimenopause. So the
Mhm.
stuff started and thought she was going crazy and thought that, her body was breaking down and all these things and just didn't realize, I'm assuming she probably was on the younger side maybe and just didn't realize that everything was connected. One person said that she found that she was really replaying, the way she put it, replaying all the what ifs and the what might have beens. So this element of like, kind of grieving a past that, or futures that never materialized, I guess, different paths you could have taken.
Mm.
And there was a lot about HRT not working, or frustrations from people that aren't eligible, whether they have, like hormone positive cancer, for instance, or something along those lines, that they just can't take HRT. And it's hard to hear everyone saying like, oh, it's wonderful, it's this magic bullet that I started taking it and felt like myself again. And then they're kind of on the outside going, well, I can't take it, so where does that leave me?
Mhm.
And then somebody said, just flat out said, rage, the rage. And I was like, yeah, I hear that. And then this was one, has anyone ever heard of lichen sclerosis?
Lichen
No, I saw.
sclerosis.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw
Lichen
that
sclerosis, is that what
person.
it is?
Yep, I
Mm.
have it.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, you
Mhm.
do?
I do.
Really? Okay. Well, maybe I can, like, if you want to talk about that, you can
Terrible.
talk.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what
see,
she was saying.
I've had it for, God, since the 2010s ish.
Oh, okay.
And it is connected because I don't already have enough health issues that connect me to different cancers. This is just another one. So it's something that has to be monitored and treated for the rest of my life. Can be very uncomfortable, can be very embarrassing.
Hmm.
To the point where it went undiagnosed for about 8 years, 10 years.
Wow.
So I've actually never heard of someone else having it other than like the doctors that I've now seen saying like other people have it. But it's not
So
something.
that's a reminder about how amazing it is that our web is growing,
Yes,
because we said we were doing it so others didn't feel alone, but I think also it's making us individually not feel alone also, because even though you've been
100%.
dealing with that, Lisa, the others of our small group have not. So you
Right.
were still kind of alone with that. And
Yeah.
now this person out in our web that we're
Yeah.
creating said they have it, and now you no
Yeah.
longer feel alone. So I think it's
Exactly.
interesting to see how it's going both ways. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess we should
Yeah.
have expected it, but I didn't really see it in that perspective before. Kind of neat.
Yeah.
It is.
And yeah, apparently it's very much understudied. It's just not
Yeah.
something that people really know about. Lisa, are you comfortable kind of explaining what it is?
I don't know that I have all the details. It is something with your skin that can become scale. I want to say that it is similar because a lot of people know what psoriasis is. I would say it's similar to psoriasis, but in areas that you really don't want to have psoriasis.
Is it tied to menopause? Is it like or is it just something that could come up in any phase of life?
I don't know because, like I said, I've had it for decades. Like I can remember the first few times I went to the doctor to be like, something is wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like put everything bad on male doctors. This particular doctor he was great in some aspects, but then in other aspects, like he was the same man that when I was turning 40 was like, so you get to start having mammograms. And I was like, excuse me, sir. I started having mammograms when I was 24. And when I was 33, I had both breasts removed. No, I don't need to start having mammograms.
Wow.
So like it wasn't surprising to me that he didn't diagnose it. And then I found a new doctor. She diagnosed it right away and started treating it. And I literally was like in her office in tears, like, oh my God, thank you so much for figuring this out. And then I was blessed enough to move. When I moved to Maine, I found someone who is a specialist in it. So
Wow.
like I was definitely put on that path to find the right doctors. But I also am, as you guys know, like one of those like 1%ers. Like if there's 1% chance that someone's going to get an abnormal thing, I got it.
Yeah.
And I know we say we're not doctors, and I'll say it again. We're not doctors. We're not experts. I know Google is not a doctor and Google is not an expert, but I did just look very quickly, and it's explained as being an autoimmune reaction.
Mhm.
And it's often linked to things like thyroid issues or diabetic issues. And it's most common, obviously, Lisa, this wasn't the case for you, but most common in postmenopausal women or women over the age of 50. So,
Yes.
Yep.
yeah, you're the exception to every rule. We know that, but that goes both ways. You're both amazing and unfortunately get to deal with a lot of weird stuff. But
Yeah.
that's what the Google machine says. So it
Yeah.
has to be
Can
right.
we just rewind for a second and go back to the doctor who
Mm.
didn't bother clearly to look at your chart and suggested you having mammograms when you had a double mastectomy? Like, what
Mm.
the actual F?
Right.
That
Yeah.
is such, and I hear these stories all the time.
Yeah.
And I know doctors have a lot of patients. I'm sure they're overloaded, all those things, but you have one job. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like I'm
Read a
sorry,
chart.
that just
Was
makes
the
my blood boil.
That was the
Yeah.
moment where I was like, I need to find a new doctor. He had been
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only ever go to he was my primary care. And I only ever went to a primary care if something was super abnormal, right? Like I don't, even though I have a cold right now, I never went to the doctor for the flu. I didn't go to the doctor for I would get a physical because sports made me, and then every other doctor for me is a specialist.
Mm.
So to be in the presence of someone who's just checking boxes is what I felt like.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
he was a necessary evil. In order to get to my specialist, I needed to have him on record.
Mhm.
But then that was also the first step. Like sometimes in a lot of medical care, you have to go to your primary first, and then you have
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
tests done before they then send you to this doctor. And you're like, but I already know the problem. Can you just
Right.
give me a specialist?
Yep.
So I
What would
was,
make sense is like if your primary was sort of like the hub, right? And knew everything that was going on with you.
yeah,
And then they were the one to determine like, okay, we need you to see this person, but like again, was like operating as the hub. So and I feel like that's how it's supposed to work. Like if you have to go to the ER or you have to put in a referral, like they get reports, they're supposed to know. And again, I don't know if it
Mhm.
just goes back to like they have too many patients or I don't know. But
I
the whole medical landscape is so frustrating right now.
if
Yeah, and
you're
I think the
a good
biggest
advocate,
lesson is you just have to advocate for yourself 100%. That's the only answer with all of this. I had a procedure done. Well, you guys, I've mentioned my GI issues to you guys before, but about 10 years ago, I had a colonoscopy, which some of us are very familiar with as well, Lisa. Um, she's like our professional. Anytime I need to
I'm a
do
professional patient.
prep, I'm gonna talk to you. But anyway, I had a colonoscopy done, and the GI specialist, the surgeon, um, afterwards diagnosed me with something rather serious. I don't think I've ever told you guys this story, and put me on some very serious meds that made me very seriously ill. But it was like the necessary evil at that point, or so I thought. So 11 months later, I was still very sick, and I felt like the medicine was making me sick and it wasn't solving my problem. So I called the doctor and he got on the phone after I talked to his nurse and said, I don't think the medicine's helping. And he said to me, why are you still taking that? And I said,
No.
why wouldn't I still be taking that? And he said, your labs came back after your colonoscopy negative for that. And I said, "Well, you never
No.
called to tell me that, and you've been filling my prescription every time it's been up for renewal." So, for
Oh
11
man.
months, I took this really nasty med that I didn't need to take. I didn't have the diagnosis, and he forgot to tell me that I didn't
Oh,
need. So the
Oh
one thing I
my god.
absolutely like, I already knew that you have to advocate for yourself, and I should never have let it go 11 months because it was January to November. I'll never forget it. And I was finally so sick of it. I was like, how is this not helping? And I'm so sick. So yeah,
but
100%.
how would you know? Like this is a
Well,
new,
that's it.
it's a condition you don't know anything about or it's new to
Mhm.
you and like
Yeah.
that's
That was
Unbelievable.
mind blowing to me. And I
What was his
recently,
response? Like,
I mean,
like
he was kind of dumbfounded and I was dumbfounded and I probably, I think if it were to have happened today, and I think Erin, this goes full circle back to one of the things you said about someone in our web, which is now what I'm going to call it, at least for tonight, saying that one of the things they love about this stage of life that we're in is this empowerment and
Mhm.
this sense of
Yeah.
confidence. That's kind of how I translate that. And maybe if that were to happen to me today, my words would be very different and probably stronger, and I probably would have pursued it further than I needed to have, than I did at that time. And I would have stood up for myself. I probably would have talked to, I don't know, practice manager or like gone further with it. And I didn't at the time. I just let it go. I recently saw my current GI specialist and we went through all that history and she was dumbfounded too. But she did assure me that he's no longer even in our system. And unfortunately, she told me that there were a lot of bad experiences with that particular doctor. So that leads me to my next personal revelation is that, and I'm sorry to any doctors who are listening, but the good doctors will agree with me that doctors are just people who have gotten a few more degrees than we have and have been to a little more school. And they all have personalities. So you have to find one who, number one, your personalities mesh and you trust and they listen and they're as compassionate as they are intelligent. Because I've also had, other experiences that weren't that dramatic, but that were not exactly positive or pleasant either. And right now I feel like I've got a really good group of, medical professionals that help me. But that took a long time to put together. And if one of them leaves, or Lisa, I can't imagine when you moved and you had to leave your network of doctors, that's got to be very unsettling to have to put it all back together too. So
Yeah. It's made me, and I think part of that, like answering those questions of like some things that have come out of midlife is it's made me more of an advocate. So like I found my primary here and it's not the same setup. Like I don't have to go to her to go to someone else, but I can go to her and be like, can you recommend? Um, but something my mom used to say while she was very ill was, I just wish all my doctors would sit together at one table and talk.
mm,
And there
Yes.
were a couple
Yes.
of instances where like this doctor gave her this medicine, this doctor gave her this medicine, and then they both found out that she was taking them both when she was in the ER because
oh
she
gosh,
had nearly overdosed. And I'm
oh
like,
my god,
it needs to be more of a team effort. So like
Yeah.
I'm very intentional with the people that I'm seeking out, but it's like a whole second job of
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
figure out like who to get and how can you get to them. And I'm going to meet someone new this week. I'm going to meet an HRT specialist. So we'll
no,
see how that works.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm just excited to pick his brain now that I've talked to you guys and, ask more questions. But I think you have to, like, I'm happy. This is going to sound weird, but like, I'm happy I only have to take care of it for me and maybe my husband.
hmm
Because I don't know that I have brain capacity to do it for multiple other humans. Like, I
yeah,
don't know how as
Yeah.
parents you guys handle that kind of stress. But it also, I guess, would make you equipped to do it because you had to take care of them from the time they couldn't do anything to teach
right.
them to
Yeah.
do the right things. But it's scary. Like,
Mm.
It is.
No,
Yeah.
wasn't
And
it
it is.
back in the 2000s that do you remember the whole movement for the electronic medical record? We were calling them what, EMR or whatever. There was supposed to be this whole transition to a very consistent medical record that anybody you saw was supposed to have access to and see all of the missing pieces.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that because if whatever they called that did happen, it certainly didn't solve the problems it was intended to solve, correct?
So
Correct.
all my doctors can see all my stuff. I can
Mm,
they can see all of my stuff from Boston. They can see my stuff from Maine.
okay.
So like the network is there. It's a matter of like, do they have enough
Are they
time
paying attention?
to
Yeah.
then go like get those alerts and say like, oh wait, there was one time when I was filling my mother's prescriptions and it was the pharmacist that was like, she can't take
Yeah.
these.
Yeah,
Um,
it's usually the pharmacist that'll catch it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's kinda like they do all need to sit at a table, but I think of it like teaching, like, I mentioned to a parent, like, you can come on this day and we might be able to get all the teachers together. But if you come with me on any other day, you're only going to see me.
Yeah.
We're not dealing with life and death. We're dealing with like teaching, writing paragraphs, but it's still like, it's a hard network to create.
Yeah.
But I also, and this is my only like, and I'm not going to make it political in a sense, but like my opinion on the whole system is our country is keeping us sick. We don't want people to be healthy because there's a lot of
There's
money.
too much money.
A lot
Yeah.
of money and people being sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd think that with our charts, right? And just to kind of facilitate that the ease of doctors being able to go in if you're suddenly seeing a new doctor or you're in the ER or something, you would think that especially with AI now and kind of AI that's tailored for a business or a company, or in this case, like a hospital or something or medical field, you think that they could have it kind of scan through everything and then give the bullet points, like have it pull out, oh, there was one time that, she was taking these two medications that conflicted, or, there was one time she was on a medication for 12 months that she didn't need to be on, or has, that just that way, because you're right, they don't have time to be reading through pages and pages of charts for everyone they see. But, we have all this tech now. There's no way that they can't like make it easier, have like the Cliffs Notes of somebody's chart for the doctor.
Correct.
I feel like they must. I feel like they must have it, and it's just probably in its infancy. And you're going to get the good ones that are going to go above and beyond, and do the right thing and be able.
I guess I don't have any confidence because every time I go to any doctor, I have to sit there and tell them what medications that I'm on, which shouldn't you know all of that.
My favorite is when they are like, "Have you had surgery?" and they give you like 2 lines, and I'm like, do you have 17 other pieces of paper that I can write on?
But beyond that, why don't they already know that?
They do. It's right
there. They
there.
have access
like,
to all
open
of
my
that.
phone and go, are you sure you're going to fill this out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so frustrating. In this day and age, it should just be so much better.
Yeah,
it should.
I know. I
had
have
to get
doctors in 2 different networks, and they always, you get that notification that you need to pre-register for your appointment. And like, I just have terrible password luck. I don't know what my password is. I don't know what my username is. I don't even, so I do not participate in any of that. I have to be there 15 minutes early, whether or not I pre-register. And no one has ever said, oh, ma'am, you didn't pre-register. Because you're going to ask me some questions when I get here. I have to be here 15 minutes early. So we're going to do it now.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. They do ask the same
Like when
questions.
I go to if I have to go to the hospital for a procedure, I pre-register and I use the phone in their lobby because I don't remember. I'm not going to remember.
And now I know
And you get 17
Milford
notifications to pre-register.
Right. I know the Milford Hospital number by heart.
Yeah, a lot of twos in that. It is frustrating. I had to get a new primary a couple of years ago because my primary that I'd had for years just suddenly left. Like wasn't of age to retire. Like didn't say like, oh, I'm moving to another practice or I'm moving. Just like disappeared. So then it took forever to find somebody, and I actually now have what's the DO, osteopathic, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm like,
DO.
I was like, cool. Like, I want to try this because I like the whole concept. Yes, that they're not just trying to, treat the symptom. They're trying to look for the cause. And I was like, okay, that's up my alley. She's interesting. I don't dislike her. I don't know how I feel about her. She definitely feels hurried to the point where, you know how most doctors, when they are about to walk into the room, they knock first and then you either go, come in, or they at least knock and then wait a second and then open the door.
Yeah.
This woman just burst through the door like the Kool-Aid man coming through the wall. And so I'm in the room anticipating it, and like I feel like I'm like a squirrel, like listening in the hallway, like, can I hear her coming? Because it's like literally the door just whips open and there she is, and you're already feeling vulnerable. You're there in your little
Right.
gown.
Your little paper outfit.
Yeah.
Hoping you
Yeah.
don't rip it.
So,
I think the
And-
next
and I
time you
never-
go, once you get your Johnny all tied up, you should like crack the door open a couple of inches and then go sit down. So at least it takes the drama out
that's
of
a good
her
idea.
entrance. Or like make your
Yeah.
That's a
own
good idea.
little, I could make you all little Cricut things on my Cricut that say like "come on in" and put a little door hanger on it, and then you guys just put it on the outside of the door.
Yeah, like a hotel.
Goes, yeah, like
Yeah.
come on in. I know you're going to anyway, but at least this way you're not scaring
Oh,
them.
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Or she needs to wear bells or something so I can hear her coming down the
Exactly.
hall.
Right.
Erin, that's so
Oh.
funny. I have seen a functional medicine practitioner, and then a DO, and then I had a change of insurance with my job loss, and I had to seek someone new. And I actually was lucky enough locally. A number of friends saw a nurse practitioner that they loved,
Yeah.
so I went. I met her. I loved her. Great. Well, last year she just left the practice. She
They
just
all just leave. The good ones
she
just leave.
I mean, she's got young kids. I don't really know where she is or what she's going to do next, but she hasn't. I saw her at the lacrosse field once. But so I had to go back to do the same thing. And now I actually am on the waiting list back with the original functional medicine practitioner that I saw, but I had to wait for her to hire someone else because then I got bumped, and now I'm like back. Then I had to go back on the waiting list to wait to become a
Yeah.
patient again. So I think
Yep.
October I go back.
Hmm.
But that's a functional medicine practitioner. I have to pay a membership fee for the practice for every year.
Yeah.
In addition to
Okay. Interesting.
my insurance.
Those
to
are
help
popping
cover
up
the-
all over the place because I think people feel so desperate for like a real connection where someone
Yeah.
has the time and is paying attention. Those membership practices are kind of taking off
Yeah.
a bit.
Maybe in
Yeah.
our show notes we can just tag all the local ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Functional health medicine. Like, we need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because don't want, to your point, Erin, I think you said, like, I don't want someone throwing, like, fixing the symptom. Like, why is this happening to begin with? And I especially think women of our age, we keep talking about it. Like, what is the root cause of this? Is it a side effect of menopause, or is it something else?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think during this phase of time, whether or not they'll ever be able to concretely say yay or nay, I don't know, but at least they could help us investigate. You know, and maybe it's not menopause. I mean, maybe it is a symptom of menopause, but maybe it's like, I didn't have enough iron, so I had to take iron supplements, and guess what? It fixed a lot of my symptoms.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
perimenopause symptoms and low iron symptoms can often confuse themselves.
Yeah.
So someone could have put me on HRT
Mm.
without doing a full blood panel and realizing that I had low iron. I have low
Right.
iron. I started taking the iron pills, and I feel better. So
Yeah.
it's just like you have to have someone that cares enough and you trust enough to do the right things. And like Colleen said, in addition to that, if you don't feel like that's good enough and you have this background of seeing functional medicine practitioners, you have to ask, I want more blood work than that. I want you to test all the things. I want all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to
I
almost
think
tell
we're
them what test you
conditioned-
want.
Right. And I think we're conditioned when we're younger that we go to the doctor and we do what we're told. And we don't realize that we can request things. We can demand things. We can, whatever they may have to jump through hoops to get it covered by the insurance, or you may have to pay out of pocket.
Okay.
But you actually are in charge. And I think we get intimidated by doctors and they're this, bigger than life being, but they're just people. And
Yeah.
that's
White
one thing I
coat
really had to get my
anxiety.
Yes,
Yeah.
You know.
absolutely.
Yeah, because to your point, Colleen, like insurance only covers certain blood work tests once a year. Or
Right.
sometimes I have a doctor that likes to test certain levels twice a year, like my thyroid, I have Hashimoto's, my iron
Mhm.
now, my vitamin D. It's only covered once a year. Oh no, you can't test your vitamin D more than once a year. They won't cover
Yeah.
it.
And that's all.
I'm sorry.
That's all BS too.
I
Like
can
they don't want to.
I'll have it done 10
They don't
times
want
if I
people-
want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this goes back to what you were saying, Lisa. They don't want us actually to be healthy because if they did, they would. If they did, then we could have like a full body screening of everything once a year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do all the blood work, do an MRI, do a PET, like all the things.
Yeah.
And
I mean, and that would be
Yeah.
less expensive. Diagnostics should be more expensive than treatments, but I mean, diagnostics should be less expensive than treatments. I don't know if I said that the wrong way before, but
Yeah.
but yes, there's a whole.
So a wild thing, a couple months ago, I went to Turkey, and jokingly, some people were asking me if I was getting any work done because it's a very popular place to go to have cosmetic surgery, but it's also an extremely popular place to go to. Like, you'll go and you'll have all of your medical testing done. You'll have all of your body scans done, and it is cheaper to go there, make a vacation out of it, spend maybe 2 days in a clinic getting your MRIs, CAT scans, all of that stuff, than it is to just be nickeled and dimed and wait and wait and
Really?
wait. And I was like,
I had
that's
no idea.
wild.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's a lot of
that's
that
interesting. I
with,
didn't know
like,
that.
cosmetic procedures, people going to South American countries, which is, you
Sure.
know, a lot of the negative experiences to that, but I'm sure that there are some good places to go and
Absolutely.
but so not to rush us out of this conversation because it's been a good one, but I'd love to circle back to Tara's suggestion that we all give our own personal, thoughts on Erin's idea of what's been your most positive and what's been your most negative. I think, did I get that right, Erin? Of this time of our life,
most
kind of like,
challenging.
I was actually
Kinda like the
wondering if
most
we should
challenging
save that
thing.
for next episode, because we could
It could
probably
be
make a whole episode out of it.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
we could
Yeah,
do one.
because that way we can.
Another cootie catcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
What again? What was
Is it cootie with a K or a C?
I think it's 2 C's, but
Okay.
I'm not sure. That's what someone shared on Facebook. Someone that none of us know responded and shared one that she makes or still has her kids make, or I forget exactly what the post said, but it was like, even on the top, like, this says pink, but it would be colored pink, and this would be colored blue.
I remember coloring mine.
Right? Yeah.
So Lisa, do you know how to fold one now? Did they show you how to fold one?
No.
Okay.
Nope. But they will teach me.
Yeah, 'cause
I will. I didn't see them today. We had a professional day today, but I'll see them tomorrow.
maybe we
I
can
see
find an online
the girls
tutorial
get
and post
together.
it to our socials.
Our next girls get
Yeah.
together. We're all going to make them.
Right?
Yes. And we're going to do MASH.
Yes.
I think we need to do MASH one of these times because that definitely like sparked some nostalgia. And I'm like, how did we play that?
That's funny.
That should also be an
very good.
episode, just all the nostalgic things.
Nostalgic. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do like elementary school versus high school. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful. And friends that are listening, if you have episode ideas or topics that you'd like us to discuss, please absolutely hit us up, social media, email, Bat Signal, however you want to reach us. Because we definitely want to make sure that we're talking about things that interest the greater group, the greater web, as Colleen said.
I like that.
more voices in this conversation.
And I'm hoping it's true, Erin. You said some of our followers said that like at 50, perspective really changes. And for once, I'm really proud that I'll be the first one to be able to tell you if that's true, because I'll be the first one hitting that milestone. So I know you're all really jealous of that, but
Keep us posted, Colleen.
coming up quick, hard to believe. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was a really great conversation. And honestly, that conversation came from so much of what our web has provided to us this week. So as Tara mentioned, go on there, hit us up with new ideas, messages, send us some love, send us your complaints. We'll make an episode out of it for sure. It's fun.
Show us your I almost said coochie catcher again. Show us your coochie catchers.
Don't
show us your
coochie.
I don't want that kind of a picture.
Don't do that.
we're not about that.
You get us banned on Facebook.
Yeah, we're keeping it
Leave it
PG.
to me. Leave it to me.
Wonderful.
But for now, everybody have a great night. Sleep well. Sleep through the night. Our fortune teller, I'm not going to try to say the other thing again. Our fortune teller said that we should all sleep well tonight. So let's do that. And we'll see you guys again next time.
Bye.
Good night, friends.
Bye. Bye, everyone.